good afternoon, good evening, wherever this time zone may hit you. This is Sykes.
And Jeremy.
And welcome to another episode of Be a Friend. So, hopefully this records. This is the first time we're trying to record as well. So, trying to upgrade our level so we can actually have some substance and some material on YouTube instead of just that one video.
Yes.
So today's topic is going to be about the rise of the robots.
What?
The rise of the robots.
Oh! I thought they were dropping the bomb.
So
So this like Terminator?
Yeah, I'm talking about look on Terminator, iRobot, and how this is. I don't know. They make movies on this shit, and they still just let's still just do it. You know, you made movies on dinosaurs and all that stuff, but let's still make it real life.
Okay.
Well, you make movies on what could happen, that is gonna happen, but you know. What is the great quote?
Well,
Life will what?
always find a way.
Exactly. That's always find a way.
But it's weird. It's weird that you were bringing that up because I'm really confused. What do you mean like rise of the robot?
So I got this article right here. They're saying like from Getty Images and stuff. So it's like while we're on the topic of fear, there's something that gets the what's that?
Let me see.
That word again? How do you pronounce that?
Amygdala.
Amygdala is part of the brain, I've been told.
Yeah, the one that actually makes fear.
Okay, exactly. So that's what produces fear. So this is the Freddy Krueger part of your brain, alright?
I like it.
Racing like killer robots that can turn their artificial intelligence and evil robot weapons against their human inventors. And I know you've seen those videos where they're like poking it and purposely like making it like fall and angry and like keep knocking the box out. It's like one of these days, like, look, Tim, I'm gonna fuck you up, and he's just gonna go against their creators and just start breaking necks and
Oh yeah.
all that stuff. And then we can't change it. Skynet's invented, and it's just, I just don't get it. But anyways, let me continue. Sorry, we'll get to that stuff later. But less dramatically, there are also robots that can steal your jobs, which I hate. Like it is kind of more sufficient from a business standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
So that way you don't have to pay like benefits and like medical and stuff like that. But like, come on, there's nothing like a human, not necessarily touch, but what's the word for like interface, like interaction with a human. Like you know what I'm saying? Like have you been to where oh that's you. I'm sorry.
I'm
Keep
sorry.
talking. Okay. No, that's fine. Just,
Okay.
have you been somewhere and like you have that interaction with the waiter or waitress and it just made your day? Like this motherfucker funny. And it's like this really made my day. Like even if the food was kind of like decent, kind of like shitty, but since that person made it even better and it's like funny, it made the whole experience.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna get that with a robot. It's just dropping your food off and can I get you anything else?
Exactly. I mean, ask yourself, how many of us get upset trying to pay your bill and you first to start to a robot?
Representative.
Representative.
Hey, I want to talk to you. The representative. Like,
I'm
give
sorry.
somebody human.
Is there anything I can help you with?
Yes, give me a
You get
human.
one. No. Two. No. Representative.
Screaming to our phones like we're psycho.
Okay. Bye. Son of a.
Yeah, like right now, recall. Your wait time is 53 minutes. God damn it. Like, we killing more life ones. We're telling the robot that we're not a robot when we're tweeting those images.
Alright.
What the fucking thing? Like, I never understood that. We're telling the robot that we're not a robot.
We're not.
Hey.
You're not smart enough to know this. Really? I saw this one video. It was on one of those like in your phone. You scroll all the way to 11. They have like these different like articles.
Right.
They had this one. It was like this robot. This robot that was made to look human, and it made this photo of itself, and it was creepy to see. It was its actual.
The female one?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, like they did two versions of that. They did the first one, and then I remember that. Then the second video was, and she even said, "She's like, why do I feel like you're familiar?" And he explained to her, it's like, because we have updated your program, you haven't been here before and all that stuff. And yeah, dude, that is some, that is amazing and also scary as fuck is how technology is just evolving like that. Like it's being self-aware. And we do not need another Vicky from my robot, okay?
You know
my
that,
logic is undeniable.
you know what I saw when I saw that picture? It reminded me of that video game. I forgot what exactly called, but I ended up buying it. I think it's called like Beyond Human or something.
Yeah, I love that. That's a Detroit one.
Yeah, Detroit Become Human.
Detroit Become Human. And I love that video.
That game is amazing. I played it 3 times.
Amazing.
Several different. It's amazing. But I forget what was his name. Isaac, the main character in the game.
I think so, something like that. We'll just call him Isaac. We'll just go from there.
Yeah. Isaac, his owner was a painter.
Yep.
But he actually treated him as a human. He asked him, "How about you paint yourself?" And it was weird how the paintings, which one it looked like, it was just like the ones that actual robot that we were just talking about made. Yeah, that's scary.
That's I feel like it's hiding in plain sight and it's showing you, like, not only this is real, people are like, oh, this is just a movie or a video game. Like, no, this shit is real and it's like already based off of facts. And they're just redoing it and you just think of that like, oh, just, no, man. Like,
you're pushing the boundaries.
Beyond. And it's because remember the first one, before he painted what he told him to feel or try to feel, he just painted like a copy print of Apple and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, no, I want you to really feel it and paint, paint this and that. And that's what he did the other thing. And it's just, if you guys don't play it, if you haven't played it, play it. It's an amazing game. Kind of all that stuff, like the twist, especially with the little girl, that she was a robot. I didn't see that coming, man.
Oh, you spoiled it.
I don't know. It's been out for a while. Sorry. I'll be the asshole today. I know it's using German, but I'm taking on that role.
Oh, yeah, thank you about that.
Let's get the heat off of him. He got too much aggro.
I'll take
the heat off him. But
thank you.
It's that twist. I'm just like, and also, like, I get very into my games when I play it. And I was so emotionally attached, like because her dad was very abusive and stuff like that. And you don't like to see that, especially little kids and trying to blame the little girl for his wife dying and all that stuff like that. And you guys gotta play this. Like I said, it's a really good game. It's all the different outcomes and ways you can end. I wish I could have saved the black dude, Luther. I didn't. He made it almost to the end, like the last step before the end. I was like, fuck, dude, I didn't know until I
that was his name.
Yeah.
Right?
No, that was the black dude's name, Luther.
Isaac. Was it Isaac Luther, the one who?
Isaac was the main one. The light-skinned one with the eyes and stuff.
Yeah.
That had the one girl.
Yeah.
But Luther was the black dude.
That was with them, right?
He was with Katie and the little girl.
Oh, yeah.
The little girl. So like you can actually save all of them at the end, but it's only like 1%. And one way you can only save Luther, because after all the different options, he's always sacrificing himself to save the woman and the girl. And that's what happened like towards the end. And I didn't know, because it don't tell you that option. When you pick an option, it's not telling you that he is doing it. So you thinking like you're doing it and stuff, and then he comes out of nowhere, and then he's the one who, jump in front of you and take the bullets and all that stuff. I'm like, damn, dude. Because, you get to that one dude, fat dude's house, and, I made all the robots turn against him. Anyway, guys, this is a really good game. Let me get back on schedule. I'm going to finish reading this short article, and then we can jump into it, because it's even more exciting. So they said both of these scenarios are making a huge advancements right now. So last time we talked about the robots, can steal your job. So earlier this month, the theoretical physics Stephen Hawking offered this warning about rapid developments in artificial intelligence, AI. One can imagine such technology outsmarting financial markets, out-inventing human researchers, out-manipulating human leaders, and developing weapons we cannot even understand, Hawking wrote. Whereas the short-term impact of AI depends on who controls it. The long-term impact depends on whether it can be controlled at all. We already know where that's going to sound like. As for the job center robots, they'll soon be replacing a surprising number of humans, accountants, real estate agents, commercial pilots, waiters, and nurses, and journalists. And we actually already kind of seen that like with the waiters and basically just the waiters pretty much from robot. Like you got people
I think
with
Amazon.
robots.
Yeah. Amazon.
Yeah, like this Domino's one. Remember the self-driving
Oh,
thing?
yeah,
You
yeah.
look at the pizza and you just come and grab it and stuff like that. So
Have you seen any of those on the street?
I haven't seen it. I only seen it in commercials.
I don't know.
So-
I don't think it's somewhere. I don't think it's in our area yet.
Nah, I don't think so.
Right? But since it is
in
here,
Texas, it ain't going. It's
Well,
gonna be a while.
if they
Texas
showing it,
don't put that shit.
if they're showing it in Texas, I feel like it's gonna become.
Well, I mean, it's showing a commercial because that's just a mainstream commercial. Whether we got the Texas channel, that's still a mainstream commercial, like the CW, the whatever channels. That's just because half of the shit they be talking about as well too. Sometimes being California, ain't none of that shit in Texas.
Are you talking about like
Commercial?
ABC News or something?
Yeah, you know.
Well, yeah, that's like yeah. That's
I'm saying it's a mainstream, you know, like commercial and stuff like that. It's not necessarily to us,
Okay.
but they'll still show it because they want you to visit or even just to see that technology. But I feel the same way too. Like if it's on our channel,
Yeah, I see
it's absolutely. But we have that Domino's that's right there from my house, right there on Highway 6. They don't have a self-driving.
But you can imagine how many calls? I want the self-driving.
Yeah.
I don't want to feel guilty in giving people tips.
Right.
Right? Be in the rain. Why you gonna do that?
It rains a lot, right? So definitely. But here's what Bill Gates says about that. Fuck Bill Gates. Anyways,
Ooh.
technology over time will reduce demand for jobs, particularly at the lower end of skill set. 20 years from now, labor demands for a lot of skill sets will be substantially lower. I don't think people will have that in their mental model. I'm not gonna touch that. I'm just gonna just leave it as it is. So basically, robots trying to take our jobs, and it's just a bad thing. Like some of it, it seems cool to make it easier, but I personally do not like messing with people's financial income. And like I said, not only would you have a better experience to interface with the driver.
Oh, no, I'm good. No, this is I need some more drink. Right?
Not only have you better interface and inference, stuff like that, whatever you want to call it, interaction with humans. It's just that even if you have a robot tell a joke, that shit, even for a human and a robot tell the same exact joke, you're more likely to laugh with the human because it can be awkward, like annoying or whatever, out of pity, whatever. You end up like,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like
You empathetic.
at least like a 4 out of 10 you gonna laugh. But a robot is just like,
If they mess up, it's
Fuck.
whatever.
right, you know what I mean? Just,
Like you don't really get that reaction.
I think you
from-
get more like a
from
2 out of 10 because then like if it's not funny where you won't get a reaction and they just walk away, you're like, what the fuck just happened?
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it'll be that kind of like,
Because you
wow.
want to see, because the energy that they put on stage, it's not like they, what could lead that? It's not like we ain't going to get to the point where robots will be like the replicants from, what's the name of that movie? What was the name of that movie with Harrison Ford back in the day? They made a second
the
one.
Blade Runner?
Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Where you have to like sit down and give them a test.
Yeah.
like we're gonna get to that point, bro.
It's
Yeah. And you know what I think?
with that female, they did that. They did a test with that.
Oh, she passed.
Yeah, they did a test with that. That's why she was like, why does it feel like I've talked to you before? And that's when he said that you're the upgraded version of your past self. And it started going like, it's just really interesting and scary at the same time.
It is scary.
It's very phenomenal.
Because they asking, she asked the right question.
That's
Why
right.
does it seem familiar?
Like, the fuck? Like, even though that you were just born today, it still feels familiar. It's because you have an upgraded chip, you know, whatever, that you're from your past self.
What is a soul? Oh, shut him down.
Yeah.
What is it to be? Oh, is there a heaven for me?
Right.
Asking all the questions. Shut him down. Shut Someone no. Damn it. One too many times.
we have new orders now.
Ah, snap.
So I'm just like, yeah, man, the rise of the machines for sure is something to be worried about, but it's not happening soon, but it's happening soon. Does that make sense? Like it's not happening soon, like it's not gonna happen tomorrow, next week, but it's happening.
It's not happening now, but it's happening later.
Right, but like soon.
Sooner than later.
Yeah, like this shit, they've been pushing this shit for a very long time.
You know what I think is going to be the first one on the market actually though?
What?
Like when they actually become like really, really real to the point where you can't like replicants from Blade Runner from the Japanese market.
Yeah, they already got
As
a
sex
fucking.
dolls.
They already got a fucking. You see that thing that looked like a what? Mighty Morphin Power Rangers? Did you see that? Bro, they have a full. Like, what was that movie when they made a part 2, but they made it with the dude from that played Finn? I'm sorry, Boyega or something.
Oh yeah. Something Bodega or
Boyega.
Boyega.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Pacific Rim?
Yes. But they made that. They already have that.
Oh yeah, Japan. Yeah,
Yes, I'm saying they already have that.
Yeah, they got a giant Gundam suit.
Yeah.
That's functional.
Yeah, it's very fucking functional and real.
These people got money.
Their technology has always been way more advanced than ours. And
Their economy is booming. But then on top of that, you know, they are single mind kind of people, bro. They're single minded.
right. I'm just saying.
They got the money. They got the money. They willing to spend it. They're like, what we gonna do with these trillions? You know, let's make a giant mobile suit gun.
Like just for fun.
Just for fun. But
That
that what?
shit just gives and it works.
Right.
Very functional. As a fucking Megazord. Megazord activated.
Because the day is gonna happen when Godzilla will erupt from the seas.
Yeah, we know about that shit. We've been waiting for this motherfucker.
You thought these movies were fake?
Right. That's what I keep saying, man. Hide it in plain sight, bro. Hide it in plain sight. Specifically, remember all that stuff. You have to share the memories and don't let the left side get too dark and all that stuff. You can control it. And yeah, man. See if you guys are compatible.
John Boyega. I just wanted to say that because the name really clicked in my mind.
Yeah.
And if anybody out there knows John Boyega, tell him that we're looking for acting roles to hook us up. We're also good for doing some voice.
I love that guy, and I feel like he even said it too, and I love this dude, like, he even knows, just like, yo, man, there's a lot of shit that I do that can even, like, make my career end, but he still does it, like, when he's protesting with us and stuff like that, like, you know, with the people and stuff like that, he even said it, and, like, he even said Disney purposely advertised him, and then just threw him to the side. Cause remember, there's advertising him and stuff like that to be, not a Skywalker, but you know, like with the Force and all that stuff. And
yeah.
they just got to the side, bro.
Well,
they could have a better story or all stuff there that kept him.
Yeah,
but they did that. Yeah, but yeah, that's why it was shitty because they didn't use him. That's why it was shitty.
Well, a little more than that, but I agree. They gave this guy. There was literally no point. Okay, so
because they did it to fill in the seats.
Here's the thing about Finn. Finn got done so much worse than any other character. Well, even okay, so if
that's why I like having
well,
it's my analytical. He's about to break you down and let you know this shit sandwich.
not only okay, I would say Luke Skywalker done the worst, then Finn. But I said Luke Skywalker because over 30, 40 years of this knowledge that we have and seeing what turns to this, then you have Finn. And Finn, understand that to me, that going in, that I thought that Finn was just going to be this, you know, like new, you know, probably like the Force user, but like a very good, like he had like a very good.
He's gonna be a badass.
Yeah, like but a tormented one because he's gonna be a stormtrooper, right? understand that he grew up with these other stormtroopers. They went through probably the same thing that he went through, right?
Right.
He ends up defecting. Like my whole idea was going to be like he's going to have some kind of guilt leaving something because some of those people were his actual friends.
Right.
One of the dudes in the second movie actually congratulated him for being so high up in the ranks. He said, "Nice work, man," and patted him on the butt. Right? He was like, "Hey, it's pretty good." Like, boom, pat on the butt. Thank you. I know I'm not supposed to be doing this. But in the end, what they could have made a character that was much more complex, which he really is from the beginning.
Right.
They turned him into this guy who was like really self-centered because because the thing is that he had no problem. He had a problem killing these people here, like in the very beginning, but he didn't have any problem killing the people that he actually grew up with. He didn't have a problem fighting against the same mold of people because understand that he didn't have he didn't even think about the fact that these people grew up just like me. Their mindsets are the mindset that they have. They were indoctrinated into being that. He just wasn't.
Right.
There could have been so much going on with his story, and then he became obsessed with Ray.
And that was bullshit.
It was.
Yeah, like fake ass love triangle or whatever, or I love Ray, she don't love me back.
Yeah. Right. That's one thing that you always hear. Right. He loved Ray. He did all this for Ray, and he could have had this part of him where he was conflicted. Well, he just didn't want to join the Empire, but he doesn't want to join the other side because he understands both sides.
Right.
Right. There could have been some things with Ray, but I didn't think Ray was all that great to begin with. But then they really screwed him over. In the very end, at the very last moment, when they said that when they hint that he has force abilities, and then they introduce another group of deserter stormtroopers.
Yeah.
And then they said that, well, we've been defected and we all have like the touch or the force ability because they made it sound like the fact that they're force sensitive is what caused them to step away from what they're doing. Mm-hmm. All right, and then they had this one woman there, the black woman, who was leading these group of stormtroopers, but she was doing far more than what Finn was doing. So Finn basically was overshadowed. Oh, I'm sorry. Finn was basically overshadowed by this woman over here. Everything he done, the fact that he was this defected stormtrooper all along because people have been doing it before.
Right.
The fact that he has force ability gone because all these other people did it too. Like he became very pointless. Mm-hmm. They didn't show. They
sidelined him real quick.
They really did.
They just wanted to fill the seats up because
he's black. That's all it was. And then when people like me said, "Man, he's only there because he's black," people go to no, this is so great. But then he ended up saying
he even said himself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He said himself. I was only there black. I was like, bro, how do you not know this? Like, how do you know it was a cat?
It's probably just like how I work, man. They promise you one thing and they don't do it, and then now you hit to the game, and then they can get the newbies, but they can't get you no more.
Right, it's coming. It's coming.
That's just way them.
You're right.
The way it works, because I've been duped by my job and been a company man that think they real serious, and when they said like they ain't gonna lie to me, why they lie to me? Like, I work fucking hard, I bust my ass, and they come nigga, they go they fucking lie to me.
Here's the thing, this is Disney, this is a overlord. Why is it that, and you and I both worked at Sam's together, we know how horrible that place is.
I also worked on Disney too. So.
Okay, but this is like Disney films. This is what they're known for. This is like Hannah Montana kind of bullshit. Now, probably not as bad, but it's up there. You see, when I saw him take off that helmet, and it was like a stormtrooper, the first thing that went to my mind was him saying, "Oh, God, I'm black. I'm black. Damn, it's hot out here in this desert." Shit.
And you know, it's so funny because I heard that you mentioned that when people saw the
Oh. Oh.
Hey.
Is that a caller?
Yeah, it's my mama.
Okay, bring her in.
Hey, mama.
Hey,
What's up?
hey, what you guys doing?
I'm doing a podcast right now.
Am I speaking Granny?
Yeah. I speak to them.
I'm trying to let you see Granny, but yes,
Hey, Granny. Hey, Granny. Hey, Granny, baby. Granny. Can she hear me?
yeah, she can hear,
Can
right?
you hear?
Yeah, she can hear. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Hey, Granny.
I can't even see you. You have poor connection now.
I'm right here. I can see
Okay,
you.
Aiden, up,
I can see you perfect. No?
Chris,
Yes.
Christopher.
Yes, mother. We're letting you know, my mom, she's probably trying to call again. My granny's in the hospital out there in California. And, she's out there. She's trying to show me her. But yeah, that's happening. I'm pretty sure she'll call back.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry about the interruption. She's gonna call back. I got a lot going on in the family.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, yeah, so a lot of people were even mad that he was black in the trailer.
Oh,
And
yeah,
it was
that
like,
was stupid.
do you guys forget who George Lucas is married to? Because I'm pretty sure his wife is black. And for damn sure she is black. Like,
You
black.
know
Man.
what?
Not light skinned and black, she's black.
You,
And she's beautiful.
you know what kind of gets me? And here's the thing. And I thought,
Sorry, she's going back.
oh,
I thought she said go back. Hey, Mom. Yeah, you might want to FaceTime Chanel. I'm doing a podcast right now. FaceTime Chanel. Alright.
Chanel is a beautiful wife.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Nah, that's fine.
Oh, she is. Um,
But you were
yeah,
saying.
George Lucas' wife is black.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, how you get mad?
Well, you know what the thing is, bro, and this is what I've been saying for the longest. Because everybody loves Lando.
Right.
Everybody loves Lando. And if anything, and we're talking about sometime in the 70s when people just fell in love with Lando.
Right.
Right? And did he have like a humongous great part? No, that dude was just cool as ice at the other side of the pillow.
Oh, man. Cool as that.
And everybody loved him. But the thing is, and I said it before, I
Even
feel
though he's a backstabber.
Huh?
Even though he's a backstabber.
Even though he was a backstabber, he was a cool backstabber.
Cool.
He was a cool.
Brother.
I mean, bro, he wore that cape.
But in that scene that he was talking to, he's wearing Han Solo's clothes.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize
I
that.
didn't
He's
even-
actually wearing Han Solo's clothes after he betrayed him.
I did.
He's wearing his fucking
Whoa.
clothes. I'm saying you gotta go back and look at
Take my
Hey, he's wearing Han
I don't know which is worse.
Solo's clothes in that scene. That shit is.
I didn't even realize until you brought it up.
Because I remember I was watching it and I watched it again. Wait, is he fucking? Yeah, dude, it is. You can look it up in your research.
But here's the thing, and this is what I'm saying. Now, this is what I think of it, because you said, we can agree that it makes no sense that the fact that he was black
Right.
and a Jedi. I think they say he was a black Jedi. But
He's had more potential than he did.
hold on, well, that's another thing. Ain't nobody got mad at Samuel Jackson,
Yeah, and he one had a purple fucking lightsaber.
bro, and he demanded it because he demanded it. He said, okay,
He's the only one in the whole galaxy that's
I want a purple.
fucking lightsaber.
Exactly. And there was a pretty cool backstory on that. But the thing, but here's the thing, I didn't even think about it. But the thing is, everybody loves Mace Windu.
I'm saying,
Sit down, young Scott.
I'm saying, bro. Like
Everybody loves Mace Windu. Everybody loves Samuel Jackson. I think the problem is that they were trying, and this is what I've been saying for the longest. The problem with what people had with Finn probably was just the culture that we're in right now because we always need a black face.
Right.
Right? Maybe those people who didn't like it are the same people that saw what they want to do to him that John Boyega is thinking about now.
Right.
Right? Because when I saw John Boyega come out and take off the mask, I didn't see a stormtrooper. I just saw a black guy filling a robe.
Right.
Because that's all they want to do. That's all they want to put in.
I know it's filling the seats though, and it's just like an empty promise.
Yeah.
Because he could have been so much more. He has so much more potential, but then you want to put him in that love triangle bullshit, like another Twilight bullshit or whatever. And
Oh God, why?
That's what I'm saying. Why?
The whole thing.
He didn't even need that,
They
bro.
didn't need it. But that's the God. I feel sad sorry for John Boyega. But that's the world we live in.
Yeah.
And it's a sad thing. To be honest, and I've said this once before, if the whole cast was nothing but white people, I guarantee you the story would have been far better because they weren't trying to impress every other race.
Right.
They'll just deal with the actual story.
And that's why I don't get like, okay, like I'm here for having color and being diverse and stuff like that, but if it's not necessary and it's not the canon of the character, I don't need it.
I don't need it.
Like I get it, some people, cause I've heard even people that are not black said that they're tired of seeing white people and other races just like on screen. They want diverse,
Okay.
which I get, but if that character is canon already, you know, white or whatever, like just leave it as it is, man. Like why? Because even the director from Doctor Strange said that he felt bad for whitewashing what was the lady? The Grandmaster or something like that?
Yeah, the grandma.
Yeah, he even felt bad for that. Like, which is understandable. She was great. I loved her. But I get it what you're saying. Like,
Well, here's the
but
thing.
you can't do it. I feel like some of them, they may have felt like that, but you can't backtrack years later.
I can
You
explain.
didn't do it right after the shit came out. You did it like just now, like a couple months ago.
Oh, for real?
At least that's what I find out.
Okay, so
you know,
check this out. So the reason why you know about China rule, right?
Right.
Like they rule everything.
Right.
Everybody's trying to work for that Chinese money. The reason why the character was changed, like he said, I feel sorry for whitewashing. You should also feel sorry for what they call it, changing the sex of the character. 'Cause he was a man.
I thought so. I don't know much about it, but I thought that, and I wasn't 100% sure. So I left it alone. I wasn't going. I didn't feel like, especially to do research, it was like important, but it wasn't.
And I think the guy who, because he said whitewashing, but the guy was like, I think the grandmaster was like Taiwanese or something. And that doesn't sit well with China because there's a lot of protests or conflict with Taiwan
Right.
or Hong Kong or something like that. It's one of the two. I think it's both. But since he like Hong Kong or Taiwanese,
Right.
the Grand Master, that's why they switched it because they were afraid of that not getting that China money. Right? So that's why they turned her into a woman and made it Celtic and stuff. Her.
For the people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I remember South Park made an episode talking about how people were like, you guys suck if you sit here, if you have to deal with all this censorship and because you're afraid of China. They made fun of China. China has banned them from all the episodes. Banned them. You think they care? They're like, they're not slaves.
For sure will be banned in every fucking thing, and they don't have no remorse.
Uh-huh.
They don't care.
They're not Mortal Kombat 11. That's what they said. They ain't Mortal Kombat 11. Our blacks will be treated the way we always thought they were treated, like everyone else.
Right.
And they love and hate people the exact same way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like everybody gets it. Like everybody gets it. There's nobody who can go out. Alright, they're black people going to be the same black people you see from the beginning to the end. They're not going to be like Jax from Mortal Kombat 11. All of a sudden he waits for you to get woke. This is stupid. But yeah, bro. Like I said, when it comes to all that stuff, man, it's just stupid to me. The quality of things have gone down significantly because they're so worried about race and not the story.
Yeah, not the story. Just focus on the story, man. What happens that creating a beautiful story and being told? And, I don't know. Maybe, like I said, you lose like characteristics and just like that whole of connecting to the audience.
Yeah. Remember what we said? Like I said, bro, it doesn't seem like it's fun anymore.
Nah, it's not because also the whole world is too sensitive.
Too sensitive.
Too fucking sensitive, man. You can't even take a joke. Like I've seen, they keep saying like old clips from like the 80s, early 90s, even the early 2000s, like saying like some racist shit, but everybody in the whole party is laughing.
Oh, bro, Mad TV in the early 2000s, 1990s, bro. What's her name? I forgot her name. That white woman. She used to call herself the Van Comb lady. You ever seen Van TV on that?
Yeah.
She calls herself a Van Comb lady, and all she does is roast people. And she had called a little black girl Bloisha. Right on television. It's like, you know what? There was a whole episode where she was talking about where she said she wished she was born in the 50s or something. So they had this whole little thing where Alex Bernstein, the voice of Lois Griffin,
Right.
She they did this skit when she was like in the 50s and she was looking pretty good. And everybody that was there was roasting her for being fat. They called her a cow, a hog, and everything, and it was hilarious. And she said, "God, I wish I was back in the early 2000s. At least there I'd be considered hot." You know what I'm saying? We've changed along the years, but now we can't even touch shit. We can't touch not a damn thing.
Nothing. Right? It's so overly sensitive. Like we used, like I said, just making fun of the people just right there in the spot and just laugh. Like it's just how it was. It wasn't nothing serious. It was just literally just jokes. It's just jokes.
Just jokes.
Ain't nothing serious. I mean nothing. Like go grab a drink, grab some food afterwards. That's what we do. We're entertaining the audience. And that's all it is. And then they just want to blow it up and like, no, but then with
this new culture,
like, bro.
This new culture that we in is like a possessive girlfriend. You can't do this, you can't do that, but I'll take that, I'll take this.
You talking to her?
Don't call him no more. I'm not friends with him anymore. Like what? Like, what's going on here? Okay, but that's just how it is right now.
It's not gonna get better.
No, it's not.
But let's wrap it up. We can talk forever about this. The rise of the machines. The rise of the robots.
Whoa!
That's dropping mom. How about you know?
WMDs are all over the place.
But hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode with me and This is Sykes.
And Jeremy.
Until next time. Cheers.
Cheers.